Hello everyone! Today I'm going to go over the full main story quest, The Nature of Shadows in Palia. This quest automatically unlocks when you turn in the Elderwood quest to Neo. Our first step is to speak with Sabira. We will then need to gather some local minerals. I had some helium ore and stone in my home, and when I moved them into my inventory, it counted, but there are tons of Palian nodes in the Elderwood map. Mine what looks like regular stone in the area to get both Whitestone and regular stone drops. Once done, speak with Sabira again at the central stable in the Elderwood. Tamala will pop up offering her help to brew a potion so that we can gather infected items. But she's going to need some resources to do so. You'll need to head northeast briefly to discuss it over with Sabira. You can keep this location in mind later as an infected butterfly likes to hang out here. Depending on a choice you make, you may want to know that for later. Then head back to the same location in the central stables to complete the dialogue. Tamala will give you some enchanted gloves so that you can now harvest the infected essences. This isn't an item that you are actually handed, you can just gather them now. Now to gather the following: 1 cave Piksii, 1 Toadstool Floatfish, 3 Elderwood Orchids, and 10 infected essence. I would just collect as many essences as you see because you're going to need more later. Let's start with the cave Piksii. This is a blue butterfly found in the caves of the Elderwood map. Most people seem to seek it in the lilac caves, and that's where I found mine, right at the crossroads inside the cave. I've also seen them spawn in the spot where you went with Sabira earlier when you stepped aside in the quest, though that one is usually infected. Which, speaking of that, at the moment we cannot collect infected butterflies. And this is your blue butterfly, the cave Piksii. I also dropped a honey lure and it didn't seem to help. I just got surrounded by a lot of blushing butterflies. Now onto the Toadstool Floatfish, which is pretty easy to get. Head southwest to the Mer docks. This is the path I took. Fish off one of the docks with no bait. I got the floatfish first try. One moment please, as I completely forgot how to fish. And now to collect 3 Elderwood Orchids. We are heading south from the central stables to the deep woods. Just like our butterflies, we cannot collect infected orchids, but our potion will help us with this later on. We need to look for the bright pink ones, like this one. And lastly, we need to collect 10 infected essences, which you'll find all over the Elderwood map. You can now walk up and collect them as Tamala had given you those gloves earlier. Turn in all of your items to Tamala at the Elderwood Central Stable. You will receive the Elderwood Potion. Open up your inventory and drink it. It will give you a temporary buff to collect infected plants and trees, but not butterflies. Now to collect 5 infected plants, which I'm just going to go back to the deep woods where we got our orchids and look for infected orchids, Piksii berries, and trees. We also need 50 infected essences, which there seems to be a decent amount laying around the map, but I also noticed they were dropping when gathering infected plants as well as trees. Once complete, head back to the central stables and turn it in to Sabira. We will realize we need more samples, but Tamala's potion, as we discovered earlier, cannot handle bugs, fish, or hunting. We will need to make new ammo to handle those infected items. You are then given a choice of what sample you would like to get. Since I've seen many infected butterflies, I decided that was probably a good choice. Once the dialogue is done, this completes the Nature of Shadows quest and unlocks your corresponding quest, which for me is called Bugging Out. This requires me to talk to Ani, but I'm assuming you would talk to Hassian for hunting and Inar for fishing. I am also assuming that you'll be able to complete the other quests that you didn't pick later. And that is it. That is everything. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I don't know, maybe see you around. Guild Wars 2 5th expansion has been announced officially as Janthir Wilds and is releasing this August 20th. I'll let the official trailer footage run in the background while I go over some of the highlights. With it comes a new raid, and that raid also will come with a challenge mode, as well as a legendary challenge mode, and a large open world version of the raid as well. We are getting homesteads or personal housing instances. Warclaw is coming to PvE, land spears including a legendary spear, and also a legendary backpack, a new fractal, and also a new PvP mode is being developed. Check out my links in the description below to pre-purchase. As a Guild Wars 2 partner, purchasing with my link helps me out, so I am super appreciative. And if you're looking for some Guild Wars 2 merch, using my final boss bundle link below or code Tiffy will save you 20% off.